You don't lack discipline. Your brain is working exactly as it was designed to. And the reason you keep starting strong and then falling off isn't because you're lazy. It's because you're trying to change too much, too fast. The brain has one primary goal: to keep you safe and conserve energy. It doesn't care about your long-term goals. It doesn't care about your dream life. So when you suddenly decide to wake up early, work harder, and stay consistent, your brain doesn't see improvement. It sees effort, stress, and uncertainty, and its response is automatic. It tries to pull you back to what feels familiar and easy. That's why scrolling your phone, skipping workouts, or procrastinating feels so natural. Not because you lack discipline, but because those actions give your brain something immediate: a quick reward, a sense of relief, a hit of comfort. Discipline, on the other hand, works on a delay. You put in effort now, but the reward comes later, and your brain is wired to undervalue anything it can't feel right away. So most people try to solve this the wrong way. They think the answer is more intensity. They go all in. They set big goals, create strict routines, and try to change everything overnight. And for a few days, it works. They feel motivated, focused, and in control. But then something shifts. The effort starts to feel heavy. The routine becomes overwhelming, and slowly they fall back into old patterns. Not because they're weak, but because their brain rejects sudden, high-effort changes. If you actually want to become disciplined, you have to stop thinking in terms of intensity and start thinking in terms of resistance. Because your brain is constantly asking one question: how hard is this going to be? And if the answer is too hard, it looks for an escape. So instead of trying to do more, you need to make it easier to start. Not easier to succeed, just easier to begin. Instead of saying you'll work out for an hour, tell yourself you'll do 5 minutes. Instead of planning to study all night, start with 10 minutes. Instead of overhauling your entire routine, focus on one small action. It sounds almost too simple, but that's exactly why it works. Because the goal isn't to prove how much you can do in one day. It's to become someone who shows up every day. When you take small actions consistently, something powerful happens. Your brain stops resisting. It starts adapting. And over time, those small actions become automatic. And that's when discipline becomes real. Not when you force yourself to do hard things, but when those things start to feel natural. You're no longer trying to be disciplined. You've become someone who simply shows up. So no, you're not lazy. You've just been trying to force big changes on a brain that only accepts small ones. Start small enough that you can't fail, and you'll build something strong enough that you don't quit. What's one habit you're going to start small with? Comment it below.